Hey guys, let's face it. Relationships can be challenging at times. Even when we love this other person, maybe you've been married to them for 10 or 15 years or 20 years or longer, or maybe it's a brand new relationship that's very exciting and very wonderful. And yet, every relationship is going to have its challenges. Every relationship is going to have its difficulties, even when we love each other. And I was watching a video the other day, I'll put a link in the description below, of a guy who was talking about the most dangerous moment when dating. And I thought his response was pretty interesting. He said the most dangerous moment in a dating relationship is that moment where you start to realize that you really like this other person. I just thought that was so interesting because, we all remember what that was like, or maybe you're in the middle of dating relationships now and you're feeling that. It feels fantastic. It feels wonderful where you start to feel like maybe this is the person. Maybe this is the person I'm going to be with for the rest of my life. There's nothing more thrilling than falling in love. Think about how many movies and how many songs are about the excitement of newfound love. But this is also one of the most dangerous moments because the problem is you might start to think, well, is this ever really going to happen for me? I mean, I see my friends pairing up and finding love and finding all this for themselves, and maybe it's not going to happen for me. And then when you finally do find this person, and you feel yourself lift off of the ground with all of this excitement, you may start to think, I can't lose this person. I got to do whatever it takes, or I've got to keep this person no matter what the cost. And that really is what makes it dangerous, is because you may start to really relax your boundaries or your standards for fear of losing this other person. The idea is, if I were to come across in the wrong way, they might get upset with me, and then what would happen? Well, then they might leave me, and then I don't know that I could face that. I don't know that I could go back to the way things were, which I get, I understand, but it's almost like if I were to show up fully to this relationship, that would be too much for them. They wouldn't be able to handle that. I can't make any demands. I can't express my needs. I can't be upsetting in any way. I have to really protect my image in this relationship so that I don't scare them away or drive them away. And, this is probably not going to lead to the most healthy kind of relationship. We got to just realize that this is a real threat to your identity and also to the health of a relationship. Like, I need somebody that is okay with me and all of my unique eccentricities. I need somebody that will love me for who I am, not for the person I present. But what we need to remember is that we can't let fear dominate our thinking, and we can't let fear cause us to no longer fully show up to life or fully show up into our relationships. So we have to be careful. This worry could create a lot of anxiety in the relationship and keep you from really feeling like you can show up fully as yourself, and realize that, this is going to have consequences in your relationship. First of all, let's just say boundaries are important. Boundaries are healthy. If you've never done a study on boundaries, let me encourage you to look up boundaries, or maybe get some books on boundaries. Just type in the word boundaries on Amazon or in YouTube and watch a couple of videos about what boundaries are. A lot of people don't even think this way, but your boundaries are what you will accept and what you won't accept. They define you. In your boundaries or in your space or your wants, your needs, your feelings, and then to be able to advocate for those and to express those is really what makes you who you are. And realize it's your responsibility to understand what you will accept and what you will tolerate in relationships, and also what you won't accept and what you won't tolerate in relationships. Because there's some things you shouldn't accept in relationships. So at times your boundaries might repel some people, and that might actually be a good thing, because the people that won't respect your boundaries and don't respect who you truly are and what matters to you are not necessarily people that you want to move forward with anyway. Boundaries keep toxic people out of your life. and bring the good into your life while not allowing the negative in your life. Boundaries also tell people who you are and what matters to you and what's important to you. It tells people what you tolerate and what you won't tolerate. And realize it's not other people's job to educate you on your worth and value. It's your job to educate them on your worth and value and what you will allow into your life, what you will tolerate, what you will accept, and what you won't in your relationships. But see, when you're afraid that this other person might abandon me or this other person won't really like me, then what happens is you might feel like I need to relax those boundaries or relax those standards because I can't lose this person. Because it feels so great when you find somebody that loves you or you feel like loves you or helps you feel those feelings of love inside of you. But it's your boundaries and your standards that really set you apart from everybody else. If you think about it, ironically, it's your boundaries and standards that may have attracted this other person to you in the first place. Because they saw somebody who was unique or different or special in some way, and at least that's what should attract them to you. Part of what attracts them is that you're not like everybody else. You're your own unique person, and they should be attracted to you for who you are, not because you blend in and don't make any demands or don't have any needs or don't express any differences of opinions. Can you really sustain that in a relationship? And realize that, some people might have a real problem in a relationship when you're like this because they want somebody who has a unique perspective, somebody who knows themselves and somebody who's able to advocate for their own needs. They don't want a person who's just always going along with everything and doesn't ever disagree or doesn't ever have their own opinion to express. They may think, I don't know that I can really trust you because you're not really fully showing up in this relationship. I don't want a partner to just give me validation. I want a companion with their own unique identity. I don't need just a hit copy and paste of myself. I need somebody who understands themselves and somebody who can show up fully as their own unique individual person. Now, there are other people that will take advantage of you because you're like this. They want to get their needs met, and so they're very happy to be with somebody who's fawning over them, somebody who's anxious all the time, somebody who's willing to give of themselves to the point of exploitation. And they're very happy to be in a relationship with someone like you because they want their needs met and they want to be given the attention that you're giving them. And so they will suck up everything you give them. The problem is they may not know how to reciprocate that, or they may not even be inclined to reciprocate it. Like, no, you don't understand how this relationship works. I'm the taker and you're the giver. And as long as you keep giving, I'm willing to keep taking, but don't have any expectations from me. Either this person may be very avoidant and self-reliant and may just kind of feel overwhelmed by you, or they may just very much enjoy all of the nurturing attention you're giving them, but really feel no obligation to give any back to you. And you're going to wonder, why do I feel so empty? Why does this relationship feel so hollow? And guess what's going to build in you is resentment. Because nobody's wired to be in a relationship like this where they do all of the giving and the other person does all of the taking. Healthy relationships are mutually giving, nurturing, taking care of one another. And you should want to be with somebody who wants to meet your needs. You say, well, Tom, what are my needs? I don't even know what my needs are. Well, we all have basic needs that we bring into a relationship. It could be the need for affection or a recreational companion. It could be the need for a conversational companion, somebody we could communicate with and share our dreams and our hopes with. We all have needs, and you're not a bad person for having needs. You're a person. That's what it means to be a person. You have needs, and you need to know what those needs are. Some people are very ashamed of having needs. Like, you got the message as a kid, like, don't need anything. And so you feel like if I were to show up and express what I need, well, people would reject me. I need to be the kind of person who's always taking care of others. Or you may just be a person who's kind of clued out or zoned out on yourself, like, my needs are not important. my needs are not valuable. Your needs are important and your needs are valuable, and you have a right to show up to life. Remember in Fiddler on the Roof, even a poor tailor has a right to some happiness, right? And so you have a right to show up fully in life, and you ought to want to be with somebody who helps you in that process. If that's hard for you, somebody who's willing to get to know you and who's willing to accept you with all of your eccentricities or weirdness. Somebody who will love you in spite of those things, not demand that you just take care of me. Because you know what will happen is they'll let you take care of them, and then when they're done with you, they'll just discard you and move on to the next caregiver or the next provider for their needs. And this will end up being a very hollow and resentful and shallow relationship. And you're going to wonder what you're doing wrong. You're going to maybe beat yourself up and try all the harder, only to find that this person is not capable of meeting your needs. They're not interested in meeting your needs. That's part of the definition of being toxic. And you may say, well, are they a narcissist? Possibly, but they certainly have narcissistic tendencies, whether they are a quote-unquote narcissist or not. They're very much self-centered, self-focused, and they will allow you to come near them to meet all of their demands and needs, but then they'll probably discard you when the relationship becomes challenging or when you start to present your own list of needs, as we all have. We all have needs, and you're not a bad person for having needs. It means you're a human being, and you're designed to be in a relationship with somebody who will love you and care about you and care about your needs and want to meet your needs in a reciprocal way that is even-handed, where we truly love each other, where we truly support one another, where we truly take care of one another. That's my hope and my wish for you in your relationship, is that you find someone that truly loves you for who you are, that's not afraid of who you are. And that's not my hope for you. My hope for you is that you find somebody that you can fully invest in, that knows how to fully invest back in you. Somebody who you might say has a secure attachment style, somebody who's secure in themselves, that is looking for an equal partner, not a nurse or a mom or a caregiver, but somebody who, or a dad, who's just going to tell them what to do in life. No, a real partner, a helper, somebody who can come alongside, a companion, and live life fully with you. That's my hope and prayer for you. So be careful. Be careful out there who you give your heart to. So if you find yourself with somebody who's not willing to love you and respect you for who you are, then you have to respect yourself enough to do something about this situation. You have to know your worth, and you have to be willing to walk away from those who don't respect it. Now, if you're in a marriage relationship and you're committed to that marriage, fantastic. It just means you're going to have to really learn to work on your own boundaries. You're going to have to work on your own mental attitude, your own positive mindset, you're going to have to work on your own security in order to face this marriage with healthy boundaries, being able to advocate for your own needs, being able to work toward a better relationship. Guys, I hope that you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell if you like this kind of content so that you don't miss out on any of these videos. If I can help you in any way, come alongside of you and encourage you. Maybe you just need someone to talk to. You need somebody to help you with the next step. Sometimes it's just minor shifts in your relationship can make a major impact. I do marriage coaching and relationship coaching, as well as personal coaching, positive mindset coaching, Enneagram coaching. I'm here for you. Reach out to me. Look in the description on my website. I'd love to work with you. Thank you guys. I'll see you next time.